Hello, in this video we'll start designing the crank and slider mechanism. As I said, because we will do some assembly modeling at the end, we need to start with some parametric modeling and direct modeling. So let's start. For this example, we do it the right way, applying fusion rule number 1. So we will create components first, and then we'll create the bodies. So I will start by doing the crank and the slider in this video. I will create a new component, which will be called crank. Almost, almost perfect. Crank. Okay, and inside of it, I will create the sketch on the bottom plane. And I will start with a crank of the size 90 millimeters diameter. I will click OK. So I am activating this component when I'm working on it. And as you can see, the sketch is inside of it. And I want to rename this sketch crank. Good. Now I am ready to extrude it. And I will extrude it like 4 millimeters. And here will be the body. Crank. Wonderful. Now let's create the slider. Okay, so I want my slider to be somewhere like here. But first, I will create by activating the root component. I will activate it, and I will add a new component, will be the slider. I'll click OK. I have the slider activated, and now I can sketch. Again, on the bottom plane. And I want to have a distance of 80 millimeters between those two. And I want my slider to have, 70 millimeters and 40 millimeters. But I will do again the mirror trick to have it centered. I will click OK. So this will be my slider. I will finish the sketch. And I go here and rename the sketch slider. And what can I do? I can extrude it as well 4 millimeters. Okay, so I have the slider and I have the crank. Let's do a holder for them. So to do a holder, I will create a new component, but I need to be in the root component to do this new component. I will name it holder. Okay, and what I want to do is to go on the bottom and start to sketch on the bottom, and I will follow those parts. I want something like with 10 millimeters bigger. And what I'm gonna do is to do the same here, but with 10 millimeters again. Okay, and I want to connect them, and I will use 2 lines. I will be sure that those parts are fixed, and now I can apply a tangent constraint to make an entire shape. I will delete the other ones. Okay, and now I have all I need as a piece. I can click Finish Sketch, and now is the time for extrusion. I will go 4 millimeters as well, but on the other side, new body. And I can see that I have a problem. The slider should be downer, But to do this, I will go into the root and I can go to the align and I will select those two and they are aligned now. I will click OK. And here are my crank, slider, and the beginning of the holder. Because in the next video, I need to create a hole in the crank so the holder can keep the crank. So the crank has something to move around, and to continue the holder for the slider so the slider can move in place and will not fall from the mechanism. But for now, we can save. I will save start, slider, crank, and holder. And we will continue with the mechanism into the next video.